Life is a unique individual journey for every single one of us. When you pause long enough to listen, you'll hear a quiet certainty. You were born with a gift, a spark that makes your path distinct from everyone else's. This isn't about racing someone to the finish line or chasing a borrowed blueprint. It's about trusting your own story and your purpose from the moment you draw your first breath. Your authenticity, the very essence of who you are, forms the foundation of resilience. It fuels the daily acts of courage, the tiny choices that accumulate into a life you're proud of. In this video, we're choosing to embrace our paths, to shed needless comparisons, and to stand taller in our own truth. Let's be honest about the pull of comparison. It's strong because it's social, it's immediate, and it promises shortcuts. Yet psychology reminds us that frequent comparison lowers moment-to-moment happiness by about 20 to 30%. Your path isn't a copy of someone else's timeline. It's carved by your personal history, the choices you make, and the pace at which you are able to move. This channel is here to remind you that inspiration, resilience, and personal growth come from honoring that unique timing. We illuminate a different route, one where you grow by leaning into your own story, not by measuring up to someone else's highlights. When we fall into the trap of comparing, joy slips away. We forget that each journey starts from a different place, faces different obstacles, and moves at a different tempo. Your worth isn't tethered to another person's achievement. You are enough as you are, exactly where you are, and your worth isn't a reflection of anyone else's success. So what does it mean to understand the nature of your path? Think of life as a landscape of mountains, valleys, and occasional delays. Every ascent teaches you something. Every setback shapes your character. Every small victory builds momentum. The people you meet, the commitments you hold, the delays you endure, all of these are deliberate elements designed to push you toward a future that only you can craft. Your experiences are not detours, they're the very materials you'll use to sculpt your destiny. Now consider nature's own rhythm. Flowers don't all bloom at once. Roses and sunflowers follow their own schedules. Imitation dulls your natural brightness. Authenticity lets your own colours shine fully. Genuine fulfillment comes from honouring your path, not from chasing someone else's blueprint. If you try to imitate another's pace, you risk dimming your own light. Instead, invest in what makes you unique and watch your true growth unfold in its own time. Feeling behind? It's a common illusion. Delays aren't universal deadlines. They're personal markers on a road that's uniquely yours. Each setback can build new skills, resilience, and readiness for opportunities you haven't even imagined yet. Look to late bloomers who proved the point. J.K. Rowling faced years of rejection before her stories found their home. Samuel L. Jackson didn't make his film debut until later, after a long arc of pursuing craft. These reminders aren't about luck. They're about timing and persistence. The power of embracing your journey starts with honouring your story. Trust that every step, every misstep, and every moment of doubt has a place in your destiny. Progress, not perfection, is the path to lasting joy. When you focus on present moment happiness, you rely less on external validation and more on the steady, everyday work of becoming who you're meant to be. Recognize meaning in every experience. Successes and failures are interwoven threads in your growth. A mistake can teach a wiser approach. A setback can deepen your empathy. Hardship can harden your resolve. Adversity, reframed as growth, becomes a powerful lens through which you understand yourself and the world a little better each day. Trust in the process. Growth is slow and organic, much like a seed developing in the dark. Sometimes you can't see the progress, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. Perseverance amid setbacks often signals redirection or preparation for something greater. Rather than forcing outcomes, lean into opportunities and the lessons that unfold, and you'll arrive at moments you couldn't have imagined from the start. Self-belief is the compass that guides every action. When you believe in yourself, your aspirations gain power, your plans gain momentum, and your voice gains authority. Failure and doubt are natural companions on any journey, but they don't define your potential. Your inner voice, your vision, your gifts, deserves acknowledgement as the starting point for authentic living. Rising beyond personal success means more than your own wins. True growth radiates outward when you have the courage to be authentic, to show vulnerability, and to share the lessons you've learned. Leaders who speak honestly about their struggles create ripples that invite others to act, to take risks, and to pursue their own paths with similar courage. Your growth can ignite hope in a wider community, inspiring others to step into their own versions of possibility. Authenticity and action are the heart of inspiration. Leadership rooted in consistent, value-aligned behavior creates trust. When you're willing to be vulnerable and persistent, you give others permission to begin or continue their journeys. Sharing stories, both the challenges and the victories, proves that imperfect paths can still be impactful and worth pursuing. So, what's the takeaway? Inspiration lives in daily actions and living with integrity. Your growth can spark hope in others and create a broader impact than you might imagine. Make journaling a daily practice, reflect on your lessons, and share your story with intention. Small, honest steps, done consistently, become a powerful movement, both inside you and around you. If you found value here, consider inviting a friend who needs to hear that their path is unique and valuable. Your courage today could spark someone else's tomorrow.